What if the manner in which you've engaged in intimacy throughout your life is the very reason you've experienced a loss of closeness in your later years? Gather around and allow me to share the tale of Harold. At the age of 72, he embodied kindness, having stepped away from his career and recently navigated the waters of divorce. He encountered a remarkable individual and sought to rekindle intimacy after years of quietude, yet his body resisted the call. In that moment, a wave of panic washed over him. She withdrew, and he never made another attempt, not because he lacked the desire, but because he believed he was shattered. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Dr. James, a dedicated urologist and a specialist in the realm of men's health. For more than 3 decades, I have guided countless men in their 60s, 70s, and beyond on a journey to rediscover their confidence, rekindle intimacy, and safeguard their health in ways they once deemed unattainable. Many individuals assume that their intimate experiences inevitably fade away as they grow older. Yet the reality is, it simply does not. What truly stands in their way is the knowledge they were never given. Today I will share 5 impactful insights about intimacy that seasoned men often wish they had discovered sooner, along with the true cost of their ignorance. Before we proceed, if you appreciate this genuine, transformative health guidance, be sure to subscribe and activate the notification bell so you won't miss any future insights crafted specifically for men like you. If this resonates with you, drop a 1 in the comments to show me you're present. If not, type 0. I genuinely aspire to enhance my abilities and provide you with even greater service. Let us embark on the journey with the first truth. For it is this one that subtly shatters more hearts and erodes confidence than any other. The notion that intimacy after 60 ought to remain spontaneous. The first revelation. Spontaneity can no longer be your guiding star. And that's not a flaw, it's insight. In the days of youth, closeness could bloom in any place, at any moment. There was no need for hesitation. Your longing aligned perfectly with your skill, and all fell into place seamlessly. There existed a unique satisfaction in being poised for action at a moment's notice, without the need for conversation, planning, or preparation. For many, that element of surprise was what infused intimacy with a thrilling allure. Yet, let me share a truth that often remains unspoken. Once you reach the age of 60, the game takes on a new set of rules. To hold on to the notion that one can always deliver when the time calls for it is not just impractical, it carries its own risks. I've witnessed it repeatedly. Men who enter my office with their gazes cast low, shying away from meeting my eyes. They are not unwell. Though their bodies are unscathed, their spirits bear the weight of an emotional and psychological burden, all stemming from a single, fateful moment hidden away from the world. In a moment meant for closeness, they found themselves at odds with their own body, which refused to align with the desires of the heart. Rather than grasping the events that unfolded, they cast the weight of blame upon their own shoulders. In that moment, they were engulfed by a sense of frailty, a wave of humiliation washing over them, leaving a lingering shadow of shame. Some chose to steer clear of intimacy, entirely after that. Some chose to act as if it had never occurred, bearing their silent burdens in solitude. Yet the majority seldom sought assistance. There was a man who left an indelible mark on my memory, and his name was Gerald. At the age of 69, he thrived with good health and an active lifestyle, and after years of solitude, he had recently begun to explore a new connection with someone special. All was harmonious until one fateful night when the connection deepened into something more tangible. He was caught off guard. He believed that everything would unfold effortlessly, just as it always had in the past. Yet in that moment of despair, when his body betrayed him, a wave of panic washed over him. He withdrew, crafted a reason, and vanished from her life without a word, not for a lack of concern, but due to the weight of his embarrassment. He confided in me later. That night, it felt as though a piece of my manhood slipped away. This is the cost that many older men bear when they fail to grasp the truths of aging and intimacy. It's more than a disappointing night. It's a strike against your very essence, your self-assurance, your emotional health, and for some men, it marks the dawn of solitude. They cease their efforts. They drift apart from their companions. They drift apart not merely in body, but in spirit as well. As the emotional chasm widens, so too does the solitude, the bitterness, and the haunting thought that perhaps their finest days have slipped away into the past. But let me share a truth that deserves your attention. To lose spontaneity is not to lose the closeness that binds us. What thrived at 30 was crafted from the essence of biology. What thrives at 60, 70, or 80 is crafted from the essence of intention. The art of communication and the foundation of preparation. That's not a sign of frailty. That is profound insight. It's the essence of growth. And in countless ways, it weaves a richer, more profound tapestry of connection. Preparing for closeness doesn't extinguish the enchantment. It guards it with unwavering vigilance. This conveys to your body, your partner, and your heart that this holds significance. It allows you to nurture your circulation, ease your mind, steer clear of medications that disrupt, and cultivate the ideal emotional atmosphere. Above all, it alleviates the burden. As you release the expectation for your body to perform as it once did, you start to uncover a sense of tranquility and joy in the journey, rather than solely in the outcome. Yet, to turn a blind eye to this reality carries profound dangers. I'm not merely referring to feelings of letdown, yet I speak of those who have faced the harsh consequences of heart attacks, strokes, or alarming drops in blood pressure, all due to their reckless pursuit of pushing their bodies beyond limits without the necessary preparation. Intimacy, much like any other physical endeavor, requires a deep sense of respect. Disregarding that if you approach intimacy after 60 as if it were the same as in your 20s, you might be risking more than just your pride. One might find themselves playing a dangerous game with their very existence. I have guided those who have faced the heart-wrenching loss of their partners, men who, in their pride, could not bring themselves to acknowledge the need for gentleness in their moments together. I've encountered individuals who found themselves in the emergency room after combining blood pressure medications with enhancement pills, all without consulting a physician first. I've witnessed countless souls face the harsh reality of life, paying dearly for the lessons unshared as the passage of time reshapes the rules, demanding a new approach to the game. Yet, there is a glimmer of hope in this tale. Once you grasp that nurturing closeness in the later chapters of life calls for a fresh perspective, the landscape transforms, conversations grow richer, worries fade away, fulfillment reemerges, and above all, you rediscover your place in the story. Not as the youthful figure you were at 30, but as the sage, more rooted individual you have become now. In moments when you feel a sense of disconnection, frustration, or even shame, remember this truth. The journey continues. Once upon a time, a fresh chapter unfolded if you're ready to release old expectations and welcome a more enlightened, secure, and empowering way to connect intimately. Now let us turn our attention to a matter of even greater importance. While many men concentrate on the events unfolding in the bedroom, they often overlook the deeper messages their performance conveys about their heart's true condition. Should you overlook that signal, the consequences could be dire. Whispers of the body reveal that erections can be a glimpse into the state of your heart health. Allow me to speak candidly. For those who have crossed the threshold of 60, if you find yourself experiencing shifts in your capacity to achieve or sustain an erection, it's a matter that deserves your attention. It's not solely about the implications for your intimate life, but rather the potential impact on your emotional well-being. Many men perceive erectile dysfunction merely as a matter confined to the bedroom, viewing it as an awkward inconvenience, something to laugh off or silently overlook. Yet what remains hidden from their understanding? What has never been revealed to them is that a man's erection transcends mere sexual response. It's a pivotal moment in the tale of the heart, a crucial signpost revealing the intricate dance of blood coursing through the body. And when that crimson river begins to wane, a far more profound turmoil stirs beneath the surface. Once upon a time, there was a patient named David. At the age of 67, he found himself happily married, engaged in part-time work, and embracing an active lifestyle. He sought my counsel, burdened by difficulties in the intimate realm. It's a subtle shift, a change that lingers in the air, not quite echoing the past. Perhaps it's simply the passage of time. Wouldn't you agree, Doc? He chuckled heartily. Yet I found no laughter within me. I posed my inquiries, conducted a series of tests, yet an unsettling feeling lingered in the air. I requested a comprehensive evaluation of the heart's health. 3 weeks later, David found himself in the operating room, facing a 90% blockage in his left anterior descending artery, a vessel ominously known as the Widowmaker. In the stillness of the night, he reached out to me from the confines of his hospital bed. He shared, "I entered believing I had a problem with intimacy. It became clear that I was carrying a ticking time bomb within me. What many men fail to understand is that the arteries in the penis are narrower than those in the heart. That suggests they will become obstructed or constricted more quickly. If blood cannot circulate in that area, it serves as a warning that your larger arteries, particularly those supplying your heart and brain, might already be at risk. Erectile dysfunction frequently emerges as the initial indicator of cardiovascular disease. It's your body's subtle plea for assistance. To overlook that warning can have grave consequences. I've witnessed individuals dismiss it, opting for quick fixes from the pharmacy, or attributing it to the pressures of life or the passage of time. All the while, they carry the weight of perilous conditions, elevated blood pressure, blocked arteries, or hidden diabetes. They remain unaware until the moment arrives when it's irrevocable, when a stroke renders them immobile, when a heart attack strikes, in the stillness of night, when the harm becomes irreversible. But the journey doesn't end with the threats to the body. The heart bears its own heavy burden. When a man senses that his body is slipping from his grasp, it erodes his confidence, distorts his self-image, and dims his desire for connection. He might retreat from his partner, shying away from intimacy gripped by fear. As time unfolds, he might begin to sense a fading presence, as if the vibrant chapters of his life have slipped away. Yet let me share a vital truth. It doesn't have to unfold in that manner. The reins of control are more firmly in your grasp than you realize. By embracing your body's signals rather than shying away from them, you can identify issues before they escalate. This awareness opens the door to transformative changes, change that not only enhance your intimate experiences, but also enrich the very essence of your life. A subtle shift in your body's signals might be its gentle plea for assistance. The unfortunate reality is that many men only heed this call when it escalates into a shout. Therefore, I encourage every man I encounter, if you notice any change in your ability to perform, do not conceal it. Do not overlook it. Do not feel ashamed. Instead, be wise. Take initiative. Have your heart examined. Embark on the journey of testing. Engage in the dialogue. For that one uncomfortable visit to the doctor today could open the door to a decade more of vibrant life with your partner, your loved ones, and your very existence. This is not a tale of embarrassment. It's a narrative of endurance. The silver lining is that once you address the underlying issues, be it circulation, hormonal harmony, or the weight of stress, transformation often follows. I've encountered men in their 70s who expresses that they feel as vibrant as they did at 45. It's not due to any enchantment. It's because they attune themselves to their bodies and take action before time slips away. Yet I wish to share something even more intimate. For while the heart influences the body, there exists another dimension that often goes unspoken, a dimension woven into your emotions, your memories, and your sensations. In the realm of intimacy, there exists a profound element that eludes the teachings of medical school, yet it holds the key to healing. Without this vital connection, the act of sex can transform into a hollow experience, marked by disconnection and even discomfort. As we delve into the next revelation, we will explore the emotional significance of sex after the age of 60, shedding light on how the lack of this connection may be subtly undermining your health in ways you might not realize. Stay tuned for what's to come. This next tale may resonate more than you anticipate. Secret 3 reveals that intimacy transcends the physical. It serves as a balm for the soul. Reflect on a moment when you experienced a profound connection with another. It wasn't merely about the physical, it was about the emotional bond. When their touch made you feel acknowledged, comprehended, and truly vibrant. For many such moments are fleeting, becoming even scarcer with the passage of time. Yet the reality is that intimacy beyond the age of 60 transcends mere physicality. It delves deep into the realms of the heart, the mind, and the spirit. When that emotional bond fades, the repercussions extend far beyond the absence of pleasure. I have listened to men in their 70s, robust figures who have led businesses, nurtured families, and crafted legacies. Yet their voices quivered as they confessed, "I haven't felt close to anyone in years, not just in a physical sense." Emotionally, they weren't deprived of intimacy. They craved connection, the warmth of another's presence, the simple act of someone holding their hand with sincerity. That deep yearning, when ignored, gradually chips away at a man's mental and physical well-being in ways that often go unspoken by physicians. One patient, Martin, 74, sought my help not due to physical ailments, but because he felt a profound sense of numbness. 5 years had slipped by since his wife had departed from this world. In that time, he had retreated into solitude, firmly believing that closeness was a thing of the past. He remarked, "What's the point at this age?" Yet in the depths of his gaze, a different story lingered. He found himself longing for the connection, the laughter, the warmth of a touch. As time passed, that emotional chasm deepened, leading him into the shadows of depression, restless nights, and a troubling rise in blood pressure that no remedy could seem to alleviate. What Martin remained unaware of, a truth often lost on many older men, is that intimacy serves as a powerful elixir for the soul. The warmth of physical affection, whether shared with a partner or found in the gentle embrace of self-touch, unleashes a cascade of oxytocin, dopamine, and serotonin. These are not mere fleeting pleasures. They weave a tapestry of well-being, regulating moods, easing stress, enhancing sleep, bolstering the immune system, and diminishing the shadows of heart disease. In essence, when intimacy fades, a vital aspect of well-being slips away. Yet countless men turn their backs on it. They persuade themselves that connection belongs to the youthful, that showing need is a sign of frailty, that vulnerability should be concealed. Consequently, rather than extending a hand, they withdraw. They sidestep physical closeness even when it is readily available. In the depths of their silence, they bury their emotions, unaware of the heavy toll it exacts. This quietude comes at a price. A heightened risk of depression, soaring cortisol levels, a frail immune system, increased blood pressure, and tragically an accelerated decline in cognitive function, all stemming from a profound sense of emotional isolation. I've witnessed men age a decade in mere moments simply because they lacked a companion to embrace, a confidant to share their thoughts with under the stars, or a kindred spirit to connect with on a deeper level. They endured through the passage of time, merely existing rather than truly thriving. This tale extends beyond the confines of romantic partnerships. Some men find themselves in marriages, yet the spark of genuine connection has long faded. Others, embracing solitude, cultivate vibrant emotional landscapes through friendships, meaningful conversations, and the embrace of self-acceptance. Ultimately, the essence of emotional intimacy holds equal weight to that of physical well-being. Without it, you find yourself wandering through a barren landscape. I must share a truth that might be difficult to accept. If you've been feeling a sense of disconnection, if the warmth of touch has faded from your life, if you've convinced yourself that affection holds no value, you may be gradually drifting into a state of emotional deprivation, and the toll it takes on your spirit is greater than you can imagine. Yet the hour is not lost seeking out a bond, even when it seems unfamiliar or daunting, stands as one of the most impactful choices for your well-being in the twilight of life. Be it through heartfelt dialogue with your partner, embracing emotions in tender moments, or simply recognizing your yearning for intimacy. It all starts with a single act of bravery, a choice to move beyond mere existence and embrace life once more. If you find yourself questioning whether such a bond can still offer joy, tranquility, and energy, after all this time, allow me to share from my own journey, it truly can. Indeed, the deepest connections often emerge when the days of youth have faded away, when the masks slip away. What remains is the raw, tender essence of human love. Yet there lies an unseen barrier that quietly steals this joy from men time and again. It's not the passage of time, it's not the grip of sickness, it's something we hold close, something we gaze at when solitude envelops us. It's reshaping your mind, your hopes, and your capacity to connect. In the next revelation, I'll reveal how what many men seek for solace might actually be the very force undermining their self-assurance, their fulfillment, and their opportunity for genuine closeness. You won't want to miss this. In the shadows of conversation, a hidden truth lingers, one that many men grapple with but seldom voice. It's a silent struggle, a refuge sought in moments of solitude, curiosity, or the yearning to reconnect with emotions long forgotten. This escape is swift, discreet, and effortlessly accessible. Yes, I speak of the world of pornography, though it may appear innocuous. Particularly in the twilight years, it stands as a formidable, unseen adversary to male confidence and intimacy. Over my 3 decades of engaging with men, I've observed a poignant trend. As the signs of aging emerge slower, arousal, extended recovery periods, sporadic performance, challenges, many men silently withdraw into the realm of fantasy. They cease their efforts with their partners, letting the warmth of affection slip away. Instead, they find solace in solitude, staring at a screen, persuading themselves that this is the way it should be, perhaps even essential. Yet, unbeknownst to them, the content they consume is subtly altering their perceptions, their emotions, and their expectations of themselves and those around them. I recall a man named Walter. At 71, he stood as a retired Navy man, embodying pride and strength, yet a subtle change had taken root within him. He confided that he hadn't embraced his wife in nearly 4 years. They had simply drifted apart, or so he thought, but the deeper truth emerged. Gradually, Walter had fallen into a routine of consuming adult content nearly every day. What began as a rare diversion had morphed into a substitute for genuine connection. As the days turned into weeks, he found himself drawing parallels between the flickering images on the screen and the reality of his home life. His wife's form, her rhythm, the melodies she made, once filled with allure, now faded into monotony. A sense of boredom crept in, followed by a simmering resentment, and soon silence enveloped their shared space. In time, she ceased her attempts to connect, leaving an echo of what once was. This is the subtle toll that indulgence can take as the years pass. It's not merely the sights that capture your attention. It's the emotions that fade away. Your mind acclimates to the allure of artificial excitement, to the flawless figures, to the ceaseless stream of newness, devoid of genuine feeling and the beauty of flaws. Before long, the richness of reality seems to pale in comparison. That cherished, imperfect bond with another human being begins to lose its luster, becoming mundane, even bothersome. Your body reflects this shift. The pathways of pleasure start to transform. The simple act of touch loses its spark, making arousal a challenge. Some find themselves unable to reach climax without the flicker of a screen. Others share tales of delayed release, struggles with erectile function, or a fading desire altogether. Yet the most profound changes unfold within, weaving a complex narrative of loss and longing. The gradual fading of confidence, connection, and self-worth. No matter how much you observe, that lingering emptiness remains. In those hushed moments, you find yourself questioning why satisfaction eludes you. You ponder, what's wrong with me? As you reflect, a notion creeps in that perhaps transformation has touched your very essence. Or maybe it's merely the passage of time that has woven its threads into your being. Yet beneath the surface, you understand it's not merely a matter of age. It's the reality that your mind has been nourished on illusions for such an extended period that it has lost its ability to engage with authenticity. That realization is chilling. I've witnessed relationships crumble, not due to betrayal or health issues, but rather from prolonged periods of virtual estrangement. I've witnessed men drift away from their own bodies, losing faith in their ability to be present without external distractions. I've observed men descend into guilt, shame, and secrecy, believing they are isolated in their struggles, convinced that no one else faces such battles. But know this, you are not alone. There is a path to rediscovery. It begins with the realization that what you take in, particularly when alone, influences not only your arousal, but also reshapes your expectations. It conditions your mind to crave unending novelty, effortless thrills, and a lack of emotional investment. Yet true intimacy is far from this. True intimacy is patient. It's chaotic. It's deeply emotional. It is rooted in trust, dialogue, and being truly present. While it may seem to move at a slower pace compared to the instant satisfaction of a video, it offers a depth, a permanence, a humanity, and a fulfillment that is far richer, releasing the grip of porn. Particularly after years of habit is no simple task. It calls for honesty, a network of support, and occasionally the wisdom of professional guidance. Yet what lies beyond is truly valuable. A revitalized sense of identity, a stronger connection with your partner, a return to genuine desire that leaves you fulfilled, and perhaps, most crucially, a restored confidence. The kind that is rooted not in performance or imagination, but in being present and connected. In the midst of that hushed separation, I invite you to take a moment to reflect and ponder. Do I still possess the ability to experience something genuine? The answer, without a doubt, is yes. Yet this choice must be made repeatedly. While this emotional transformation can lead to harm, over time, there lies one more secret that can obliterate everything in an instant, if caution is not exercised. It's not merely about what you consume. It's about the actions you take. A perilous timing error that countless men stumble upon while attempting to demonstrate their worth. Just one miscalculation can lead to the loss of relationships, dignity, and in the most tragic instances, even lives. This is precisely what I will unveil in the concluding revelation. Stay tuned for it, Secret 5. The most perilous moment for intimacy arises when one feels vindicated. It's a fleeting instant that often catches older men off guard. A time when they brim with confidence, vitality, and a sense of invulnerability. Perhaps it follows a reassuring checkup, or when a longtime companion remarks, "You've still got it." Perhaps it's in the flicker of a new romantic spark that long-dormant feelings begin to stir. In that instant, a thrilling tension arises. There's an urge to validate those feelings, whether to oneself, to a partner, or even to the relentless passage of time. The desire to demonstrate that they still possess the vigor of their youth becomes palpable. A yearning to experience intimacy as they once did at 30. Without a map, without a rhythm, without limits. That's when the trouble begins, time. And again, I've witnessed it unfold. Men in their 60s, 70s, even 80s, driven by a fierce sense of pride, overextend themselves. They indulge in one too many glasses of wine, neglect their heart medication, reach for an over-the-counter enhancement pill, and enter the bedroom as if it were a grand stage performance. Yet, within their heart races. With urgency, blood pressure climbs, breaths become quick and shallow, and a body that craved nurturing and readiness is thrust into an unprepared moment. One man who remains etched in my memory is Leonard, 74. He exuded charm and humor, and had recently embarked on a romance with a younger woman. He approached me one day with a playful grin, saying, "Doc, I've got to keep up." I cautioned him, reminding him that his heart wasn't as robust as it used to be. That intimacy is a form of exertion, not merely enjoyment. He nodded, flashed a smile, and replied, "Don't worry, I know my limits." Just 2 weeks later, Leonard fell in a hotel room, cardiac arrest. In a moment of sheer panic, his date reached out for help. Yet by the time the paramedics made their entrance, the situation had already spiraled beyond recovery. His body, weary from the weight of the evening's demands, succumbed to the strain. It wasn't a matter of masculinity. Rather, it was a poignant reminder that the passage of time deserves reverence, not defiance. The harsh reality is that when older men strive to showcase their youth without heed, the consequences can be dire. Intimacy, particularly as we age, transcends mere desire. It engages the entire being. The heart quickens, blood flows more freely, and breaths become deeper. It resembles the challenge of ascending a hill. If the heart is unready, if the body is burdened, that hill transforms into an insurmountable cliff. I've listened to widows share how their partners passed while embracing their passions. Yet beneath the cheerful facade and the narratives lies a profound sorrow. For those losses were not serene. They were avoidable. The error does not lie in yearning for closeness. It resides in neglecting the signals of your body. It dwells in allowing your pride to overshadow your lived reality. It manifests in viewing your partner as an audience rather than a true companion. When the act of love transforms into a mere display rather than a genuine bond, it ceases to be intimacy and turns into a perilous endeavor. The anxiety that older men harbor about their fading desirability, waning strength, and diminishing capability can lead them to choices that exact a toll far greater than their pride. And therein lies the heart-wrenching tale. In the grand tapestry of existence, there lies a profound truth. You owe no one proof of your journey. You have navigated the depths of love and the trials of life, experiencing more than many can fathom. Your value is not defined by the intensity or duration of your struggles, but rather by your authenticity, your willingness to be present, and your capacity to truly hear both your partner and your own inner self. Embracing a slower pace is not a surrender. It is a testament to the vitality of your spirit. Moving through life with intention is not a sign of frailty. Rather, it reflects deep understanding. The true strength of a man in his later years lies not in resisting the passage of time, but in welcoming it with grace, insight, and compassion. When the desire to assert oneself in intimate moments arises, pause for a moment. Reflect on the motivations behind that urge. Consider whether it stems from a longing for connection or a need for dominance, from love or from apprehension. In that pivotal moment, your choice holds weight. You may opt for pressure and face the repercussions, or you can embrace presence and forge something far more enduring than mere performance. If that notion unsettles you, embrace it. It's meant to. This journey transcends the physical. It's about thriving long enough to savor the unfolding years ahead. It's a journey away from becoming just another silent statistic. With the 5 secrets unveiled, understanding their essence, their price, and the way they subtly rob men of years filled with joy, there's one last piece of wisdom to impart. This is the thread that weaves it all together. For while knowledge is valuable, it is in the act of living differently that true transformation unfolds. As we reach the end of this journey, allow me to share a pivotal message that could usher in a fresh start. Trust me, you won't want to overlook it. In this conclusion, consider what you now hold in your hands. Knowledge that has the power to rescue you. By this point, you've absorbed the 5 profound truths that countless older men wish they had grasped earlier. These are not mere suggestions or clever hacks. They are transformative moments, subtle yet significant insights that distinguish those who embrace aging with strength, love, and vitality from those who gradually drift away from their partners, their health, and most heartbreakingly, from their very selves. Throughout my years in the medical field, I've come to understand that the most challenging aspect of aging isn't merely the physical deterioration. It's the emotional burden of feeling overlooked, uncertain, or hesitant to voice one's concerns. Many men enter my office believing they are solitary in their battles. They feel that what they're experiencing is something to be ashamed of, something out of the ordinary, or perhaps a result of their own ossuons. Yet the reality is that your body is not turning against you. It is merely undergoing transformation. And as with any shift in life, it calls for comprehension rather than guilt. Let us pause for a moment and contemplate the insights we've gathered. Initially, we explored the concept of spontaneity, the misconception that intimacy should unfold as effortlessly as it did at 25. Yet beyond 60, this belief can lead men down a path of disappointment, frustration, and even perilous situations. Embracing planning is not a sign of frailty. It is a mark of insight. When approached with intention, closeness takes on a deeper significance. Then emerged the second revelation, one that far too many men overlook until the moment has passed them by. Your arousal serves as a glimpse into your innermost feelings. If the vitality that once surged is diminished, it may also be a signal that your heart or mind is in distress. Heed this caution, for it could be a matter of life and death. The third revelation led us further into understanding. Connection transcends the physical realm. It is a balm for the soul, offering profound healing. It anchors us, it weaves us together. When individuals sever ties with that emotional depth, be it from sorrow, remorse, or arrogance, they start to fade. Not due to age, but from a profound solitude that fractures the spirit. Next, we confront the fourth peril, the influence of pornography and the skewing of genuine connection. It begins softly, a mere stand-in for intimacy. Yet as time unfolds, it reshapes your emotions, your capacity to love, and your self-perception. This is no ordinary routine. It's a pattern that can steal away your presence, your authenticity, and your sense of fulfillment. And at last, the final revelation. The most perilous moment for a man of experience isn't marked by his frailty. In the quest to demonstrate his vitality, he pushes his body beyond its limits, driven by ego and the fleeting illusion of youth. This singular decision has led many to sacrifice their health, their connections, and in some tragic instances, their very lives. Yet this path can be sidestepped if one opts for mindfulness over arrogance. Perhaps you found a reflection of your own journey within these tales. Perhaps you've faced your battles quietly, burdened by shame or fear of voicing your truth. Perhaps you've convinced yourself that these transformations are simply the course of life beyond your control. But here lies the revelation. Understanding these truths empowers you to shift your narrative. It's not merely about grasping the essence of your body. and your intimacy. It's about seizing the reins of both. It's a journey of reconnection, reconstruction, and reimagining the narrative of these years. This isn't a tale of gradual fading. It's a deliberate, empowering chapter in your life. You need not accept silence. You need not fade into the shadows of your own narrative. Your presence lingers a testament to the significance of your heart and the depth of your connections. In this moment, they hold more weight than ever before. So let me share this parting thought with you. If anything from our time together has sparked a flicker within you, whether it stirred reflection, unease, or a glimmer of hope, carry that with you. Do not leave without allowing it to transform you. Engage with your partner. Reach out to your doctor. Schedule that appointment. Initiate that dialogue. And above all, dispel the myth that this chapter of your life has closed. It hasn't. There is an abundance still ahead of you, more connection, more joy, more healing, more love. But it begins with a decision. Embracing the decision to transition from mere existence to a vibrant life. If you remain here, engaged and receptive, my gratitude is immense. It is the brave souls who dare to listen that ignite transformation in their lives. You've embarked on this journey. Now take that next stride. If this message resonated with you, if any fragment prompted you to pause, reflect, or feel acknowledged, I would be truly honored to hear from you. Drop a 1 in the comments to let me know you're present, engaged, and committed to your journey. If you haven't done so yet, take a moment to subscribe and hit that bell icon. I bring forth genuine, heartfelt discussions tailored for men like you. You deserve more than just quietude. It is your right to receive the truth and to be equipped with the means to embrace your finest years, filled with resilience, insight, and compassion.